Okay, so we have Aquarius. This is your week ahead astrology forecast, and we have a couple of interesting movements going on here. What I'm going to do for you, Aquarius, is break down the major aspects and planetary transits that are going to be impacting your natal sun. So it's taken from the position of your natal sun. Of course, I don't know exactly where your natal sun is, but I'm going to break the Aquarius section of the zodiac wheel down into 3 parts, and they are called decans. So they're groups of 10. 3 groups of 10 add up to 30, total of 30 degrees in the zodiac sign of Aquarius. So those of you who have your natal sun between 0 and 10 degrees Aquarius, you are decan 1. Those of you who have your natal sun between 10 and 20 degrees Aquarius, you are decant 2. And those of you who have your natal sun between 20 and 30 degrees Aquarius, you are Aquarius 3s. The difference between the angles they form is significant. So if I just told you, hey, Aquarius, you're going to be square to this going on in Taurus, that's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily true because all your natal suns aren't located in the same place. So this makes it a little bit more specific, so I can just dig down and get really specific to each of you. We're going to start out really general at first and go over what your ruling planetary dignitaries, your ruling dignitaries are going through. So Saturn and Uranus, what they're going through will kind of sort of color or add some seasoning to everything that's going on with you. So let's go over. We'll start with Saturn. Saturn is your traditional ruling dignitary, and it is currently in Pisces. By the end of the week, it will be at 1 degrees Pisces. But it's in the first decan of Pisces, not of Aquarius. Saturn is going to be this week trine to Mars, which means it's going to be part of a grand trine between Mars in Gemini, the south node in Scorpio, and the south node in Scorpio. And basically what this means is fluency with how you do things, like an acceptance of like what you finally found your flow in how you do things and feel secure with how well you know things. Finally finding your flow. So that's actually really helpful energy. A trine to Mars is feeling really good about doing things, your action, your activity, or actions around you, or the flow or progress of things. There is a semi-square between Saturn and the Jupiter Chiron conjunction, which can be very frustrating, the sense of things are moving too slowly, or why does it have to be so difficult? But at the same time, Jupiter is also overtaking Chiron this week, so there is a sense of light at the end of the tunnel, progress, more progress than pain at this point. And then Saturn is also forming a sextile to Venus, which means being taken seriously, having opportunities, financial opportunities, romantic opportunities, being taken seriously, and it being something you can rely on. So those are all really beautiful things. Uranus is between 15 and 16 degrees Taurus. So 16 degrees is where I will end up by the end of this week. This week, by the way, is March 15th through the 21st of March 2023. FYI. So this week, Uranus is still in Taurus, mid-Taurus, but it moves a degree to 16 degrees Taurus. It is semi-square to the sun, and Venus is slowly approaching. By the end of this week, Venus will be in a very loose conjunction with Uranus, right? Which actually kind of flavors and zests things up a little bit. But the semi-square to the sun is a little bit frustrating. So there's some sort of stubbornness or just energy of oddity, not really feeling like you fit in, or not feeling really comfortable with just how everybody perceives you. It's not that anything is wrong so much as it's just there's a stubbornness, a kind of conflict, not conflict really with a semi-square, just a sense of an irritation that you're the odd man out. So it could feel that way, but Venus is quickly approaching to lend a little bit of her natural flair and aesthetic quality. By the end of the week, you should start feeling that momentum coming with Uranus. Let's break it down now into our decans, right? So Aquarius 1. those of you born at the very beginning of Aquarius, you are already feeling Pluto, because Pluto will be in 2 months, will be dropping into Aquarius, or coming over, moving over to Aquarius. But right now, Pluto is at the very last degree, or last 2 degrees of Capricorn. So beginning, the people who are born at the very beginning of Aquarius season, your natal sun is already conjunct Pluto. That gives a huge sense of dominance and authority to your character, also a form of intimidation. So this has been happening for a while, so you guys can definitely take that power and use it to move and change things. Nothing changes things like Pluto. There's a little bit of a ruthlessness to it, a fierce determination, also a depth of character, and a comfort of sorts with the deeper, darker sides of nature. Is what you'd be experiencing. Your natal suns are also sextile to the Neptune Sun Mercury conjunction that's going to last pretty much this whole week. Basically, it'll start breaking up around Monday when the sun slides into Aries, and then the moon will join them. The moon is in Pisces, I think Saturday, Sunday. So by Monday, the sun comes into Aries, and by Sunday, Mercury moves into Aries. So actually the sextile is going to be even tighter then for you guys, and be impacting more of you, and not just the people who are born at the very beginning of Aquarius season. So there's this sextile, but Neptune will drop off. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So in the beginning of the week, it'll be a Neptune Sun Mercury conjunction, and by the end of the week, it'll be a Sun Mercury Moon conjunction. Either way, you are sextile to a lot of energy. That means you are able to finally take action and communicate those things that you have been creating. This is a very creative energy and a powerful conjunction for you to capitalize on the opportunity to actually bring something into reality, create something, take charge of your mind enough to be able to articulate it, get it on paper, paint it, something like that. So it's actually really wonderful energy. Sun conjunct Mercury is always really good at getting attention, right? So take that opportunity, get attention, and communicate it well. Get people psyched for it, get people interested in whatever it is. And because it is sextile, your natal sun is going to be sextile to this new moon. This is a great time to manifest. Like, this is like the best aspect to manifest. This is an opportunity, a powerful aspect that is making this new moon a great time to start something. But because it happens in Aries, physically start it. Take action on it. Walk into the building. Go into the exercise room. Don't just write it on a piece of paper like a regular manifestation. Put it into action somehow. The action is going to help you manifest a lot quicker and capitalize on that sextile. You also are square to Venus conjunct the North Node. So as Venus drops into Taurus tomorrow on Thursday, Venus is going to be conjunct the North Node, which is all about really getting comfortable, finding value, and almost being attracted to the stuff that you hadn't been attracted to before, or the newness, the freshness, new experiences, open to different opportunities. Your natal sun is going to be square to that. So there is a sense of maybe you're butting heads with people who want things different, or want to do things different, or have different aesthetic opinions than you. But a square is just an opportunity for you to succeed after you confront it. This could even be some financial conflict, an expectation, a financial expectation that somebody wants you to put money down now, and it's kind of conflicting to you. So take your time, but confront this. Don't just let it slide to the wayside. Definitely confront it, learn from it. That's how you turn squares into opportunities. Those of you born Aquarius 2, so mid-Aquarius season, your natal suns are sextile to the Jupiter Chiron conjunction, which means that especially now that Jupiter is at the higher degree than Chiron is, there's less frustration, less suffering, less learning or trying to learn through the suffering than there is having learned and now being able to apply it. So there begins to be opportunities now, or at least an opportunity to be on the other side of most of the struggle and now see opportunities with how you can use it or how it can be applied. So there's a big relief there and a huge opportunity. Whenever your sun is sextile to Jupiter, this is the luckiest kind of opportunity that you can ever come about. So this is a real time of fortune and luck for you, especially where you had suffered in the past. Your natal suns are also square to Uranus, which is your ruling modern dignitary, which means that there's just a conflict with change or with surprises or maybe being too far out there. It doesn't mean that you won't succeed. It just means that there will be bumps in the road and you will have to address the conflicts in order to release the opportunities. And then we are square to, you could also, since Uranus does rule you, it could be conflicting with like something unexpected about yourself or changes within you that you weren't prepared for. In a situation like that, I would say take a breath, breathe, and just don't try to struggle with it so much as accept it and think, okay, what do I do with how I'm feeling now or this situation, what I'm interested in now? There are going to be dynamic changes that might conflict. And then you guys, your natal suns are also square to the MC or the midheaven. The midheaven is not a planet or a planetary body or an asteroid, anything. It's a point in the sky on the zodiac wheel, and it marks the beginning of the 10th house. So there is a kind of fluency and tranquility that you feel with your direction in life and your career. So there is a sense of now really feeling like everything is harmonious, or knowing what you want, or being noticed for what you want. There is a sense of fluency with that is a very helpful aspect. Aquarius 3s. So those of you who are born at the very end of Aquarius season, that kind of rubs up against Pisces season, you guys are trine to Mars, so that's really wonderful. That means take action, feeling really confident about taking action, body confidence, feeling really good about, taking action, especially through words, because Mars is still in Gemini. You are sextile to Venus conjunct North Node, so don't be surprised if you take opportunities that kind of come up in a situation where once something that was uncomfortable to you is now very attractive to you. And if that happens, take the opportunity, because you're under the blessing of a sextile, which means opportunities are opening up in this particular way, and you should take them. Absolutely. Like just being attracted to or being considered attracted by people or things that you normally wouldn't, or that in the past have intimidated you. Not so much anymore. Different opportunities, different doors are starting to open up toward that North Node, which is about embracing the next part of your life, embracing moving forward and getting out of your comfort zone and starting to see the opportunities outside of it, and how attractive you are in those situations. So Venus conjunct the North Node Friday to Sunday. I wrote this down. It's going to be, this sextile is going to be most powerful Friday to Sunday for you guys. That means that you could have a very romantic weekend, because anytime you are sextile to Venus, there is that sense of sexuality, sensuality, and natural appeal and attractiveness that you are going to be blessed with. So especially you guys, romantic weekend or fortuitous weekend, feeling good and beautiful and taking like having a lot of opportunities, however you interpret it. Feel free to leave the comments below. If you love this video, I hope that you will share that love by liking it. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that notification bell if you find this useful. I put out a new Aquarius week ahead every single week, and I hope you come back for it. And please do check out Born Without Boundaries Tarot, where you get the Aquarius week ahead tarot card reading, which brings out a lot of different intuitive information that isn't here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it, guys. I love you so much, and I'll see you in the videos. Bye, Aquarius.